the Caribbean. Nice Radio. 90.3, 101.3, 96.7 FM.
Join Spicy every Thursday evening for the Love Chronicles. Tune in for the music. Stay for the company.
Oh, girl, I'll be in trouble if you left me now.
Be a part of the fun and riddles.
What has a head, a tail, is brown and has no legs?
The interaction.
Pleasant good evening.
Good evening, Tracy. I'm not riddling.
You're not riddling. I wonder why you're not riddling this evening. What is the problem?
I am indeed listening as usual.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm here laughing my skin out.
The weird but true stories. A U.S. woman has been charged with assaulting a police officer after wiping her nose on his shirt.
The laughter.
She opened the door, she take over the back seat like the Queen of Sheba, and me in going with she smelling like a snacket.
Nothing does go right with me. Next morning I went to court. The magistrate charged me $300 to pay one time or 6 months in prison. I say, Your Honor, I'll pay the $300. When I dip in my pocket, I only have $2.99. And nobody don't want to lend me $1.
Tune in every Thursday evening from 7 to 8 p.m. with Spicy for the Love Chronicles.
I love spicy, you love spicy, we love spicy, who ain't gonna like spicy? I love spicy, you love spicy, we love spicy, who ain't gonna like spicy? Hey, this is Petro, and you are listening to the lady with a spicy voice. Spicy, spicy.
Hi, this is Niala from New York, sending love to all Love Chronicle fans in St. Vincent and the diaspora. Stay locked on to Spicy and Nice Radio, your source of great entertainment on a Thursday night.
When the rain is blowing in your face and the whole world is on your case, I could offer you a warm embrace to make you feel my love. When the evening shadows and the stars appear, and there is no one there to dry your tears, I could hold you for 1,000,000 years to make you feel my love. I know you haven't made your mind up yet, but I will never do you wrong. I've known it from the moment that we met. No doubt in my mind where you belong. I go hungry, I go black and blue. I go crawling down the avenue. No, there's nothing that I wouldn't do.
Make you feel my love.
To make you feel my love.
And you know exactly what time it is. It's time for the Love Chronicles right here on the Nice on 90.3, 96.7, and 101.3. Every Thursdays, Love Thursday. What I'm going to share with you this evening on your love letter, 19-year-old daughter fiance could be her granddad. On your odd news, bear caught while falling from a tree. Neck chain prevent bullet to the neck. Riddles, poems, comedy, and more. Come for the fun, stay for the music.
You ain't seen nothing like me. I could make you happy, make your dreams come true. Nothing that I wouldn't do.
Little riddles on you right away. Riddle number 1. If April showers bring May, what do Mayflowers bring? If April showers bring Mayflowers, what do Mayflowers bring? That's riddle number 1. Riddle number 2. On a fine sunny day, a ship was in the harbor. All of a sudden, the ship began to sink. There was no storm and nothing wrong with the ship, yet it sank right in front of the spectator's eye. What caused the ship to sink? I'll repeat. On a fine sunny day, a ship was in the harbor. All of a sudden, the ship began to sink. There was no storm and nothing wrong with the ship, yet it sank right in front of the spectator's eyes. What caused the ship to sink? Your third riddle, why didn't the skeleton use a towel? Why didn't a skeleton use a towel? And your fourth and final riddle, imagine you are on a sinking raft in the middle of the Pacific with great white sharks surrounding you. How do you stop this predicament? Imagine you are on a sinking raft in the middle of the Pacific with great white sharks surrounding you. How do you stop this predicament? All right, so that's your fourth and the final riddle. If you have the answer to any of the riddles, the number to call is 4565967. That's 4565967. Remember, your love letter will be coming up at 7:30. In the meantime,
I know it ain't easy being in love with me. So many nights I left you lonely,
Caliente, fiery,
crying yourself to sleep.
but nothing is spicy on a Love Thursday.
We ain't
7 to 8.
perfect people, and we're not pretending to be. I tried through my flaws
I tell you the phone lines going. The riddles are so easy this evening that my lines are going bananas. So I'm gonna go to the phone lines to take my first call. Let's see who we have on the lines. All right, lost that call. 4565967. Then I'll give you more. Let's go back to the phone lines one more time. Good evening. Welcome to the Love Chronicles.
Good evening, Spicy, and
Good
how are you?
evening. I'm nice, great, wonderful. I've got a full package. How about you?
I'm nice, great, wonderful, and sweet.
That's good news. And where are you calling me from?
And
Adam's in the house. Long time. How are you this evening?
I'm blessed of the Lord.
Blessed of the Lord. I hope you didn't work too hard today.
I always.
You always work hard?
Yes,
Oh,
please.
try not to work so hard. I know we have to work hard for a living, but slow down, all right?
Yes,
All
please.
right. What can I do for you this evening?
Could I answer one of your riddles,
Which
please?
one of them?
You want the skeleton and the towel?
The one with the skeleton and the towel. Why didn't the skeleton use a towel?
Because he's always bone dry.
Because he's always bone dry. He didn't use a towel. Let's find out if you have answered correctly. Let's hear what the judges say this evening. Judges say that you have answered I'll give you more correctly. So all you gotta do right now is to give me the password. You know what a password is?
4338991.
All right, so it's Blackie, right?
Yes, please.
Give me the number again.
4338991.
Thank you, Blackie. Anybody want to send some love to on this beautiful Thursday while love is in the air?
We're not talking to you for a long ride. I'm sending a lot of love your way. I'm sending lots of love to my kids, Rian and Ria, to my grandkids, Renaud, Rishon, and Renaya, and Iron. And I'm sending lots of love to the whole of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Love you guys.
Thank you, Blackie.
You're welcome.
Do enjoy the rest of your evening. Continue to listen to Love Chronicles, all right?
Always.
All right, take care. 4565967.
I know it ain't easy being in love with me. So many nights I left you lonely, crying yourself to sleep. We ain't perfect people, and we're not pretending to be. I tried through my flaws and scars to
I'm gonna go back to the phone lines. It's a beautiful evening. Love is in the air. Let me say good evening and welcome to the Love Chronicles.
Hi, good night, Spicy.
Good evening. You have to sing a little upbeat and say I'm nice, I'm great, and I'm wonderful, all right? Because when you do that, you're gonna spread the love and spread the joy, because you know when you smile, I smile, and the whole world starts smiling back on you. All right?
Yes, please.
All right. Where you calling me from?
Sign here.
Sign Hill is in the house. How is Sign Hill this evening?
Hot.
It's hot?
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah. All right. So what are you doing about it?
Nothing.
Nothing? You have the windows open. You have the fan
Yeah, the
on.
windows open.
All right. What can I do for you this evening?
I would like you to repeat the riddles, please, because we didn't hear them.
Riddle number 1. If April showers bring Mayflowers, what do Mayflowers bring? That's riddle number 1. Turn your radio down. Riddle number 2. On a fine sunny day, a ship was in the harbor. All of a sudden, the ship began to sink. There was no storm and nothing wrong with the ship, yet it sank right in front of the spectators' eyes. What caused the ship to sink? Riddle number 3, why didn't the skeleton use a towel? The correct answer to that one, because he always comes out bone dry. That was answered by Blackie. Riddle number 4, imagine you are on a sinking raft in the middle of the Pacific with great white sharks surrounding you. How do you stop these predicaments?
Let me try number 2, please.
Riddle number 2. On a fine sunny day, a ship was in the harbor. All of a sudden, the ship began to sink. There was no storm and nothing wrong with the ship, yet it sank right in front of the spectator's eye. What caused the ship to sink?
The submarine captain ordered the crew to dive.
What? Give me the answer again.
The submarine captain ordered the crew to dive.
The submarine captain ordered the crew to dive?
Yes, please.
All right. Let me just check in with my judges, all right? To listen off air.
I'll give you more. There ain't nothing that I've been on my knees and I've been praying now. Palms getting sweaty, my nerves feeling heavy. Holding back these tears as I see your face. I'm a lucky man, wondering how did I get you? We made it this far. Now
all right, so let's go back to the phone lines. All right, Siren Hill, you just answered that riddle about the. You said that the captain.
You look beautiful in that dress, baby.
All right, so what's up? What's up with that answer again? Or called me. So I just give it to my judges, and they put a question mark next to it.
I'ma say it to your face.
All right, so give me the answer again, because somewhere along the line,
I do. I'ma say
something's going on somewhere along the line. In the meantime, let me go to the WhatsApp line. Let's see who is there. Good evening. Welcome to the Love Chronicles.
Good evening.
Good evening. And how are you this evening?
I am fine, wonderful.
You're supposed to be nice, great, and wonderful. We're not accepting the fine, because when the wind gone with you, maybe Gussie would have to help you, because I won't be able to do that. So you got to be nice, great, and wonderful. How are you enjoying your evening so far?
Yes, please.
How are you enjoying your evening?
Oh, I'm enjoying it fine. How about you?
All right, it's going great. So what can I do for you?
I would like to answer. Wait, can you go about the riddles for me?
All right, so I'll repeat the riddles for you. Riddle number 1. If April showers bring Mayflowers, what do Mayflowers bring? That's riddle number 1. Riddle number 2. On a fine sunny day, a ship was in the harbor. All of a sudden, the ship began to sink. There was no storm and nothing wrong with the ship, yet it sank right in front of the spectator's eye. What caused the ship to sink? So the caller who called me just now, I just checking with my judges, and they want you to caller, just stick up in there for me. She said the submarine captain ordered the crew to dive. All right. All right.
I fell for an angel.
All right. Sorry. That's the judges say that they can't give it to you, right? But you're on the right track. Sorry, caller. So I was repeating the riddles for you. Riddle number 2. On a fine sunny day, a
Can
ship.
I answer riddle number 2, please?
Riddle number 2. Let me give you riddle number 3 as well. Why didn't the skeleton use a towel? Someone answer that. And number 4. Imagine you are on a sinking raft in the middle of the Pacific with great white sharks surrounding you. How do you stop this predicament? And that's riddle number 4. So I'm making sure that I give you all of the riddles as you ask for me to repeat them for you. So that's all the riddles. And let's hear what your final answer is. Let's hear your final answer. I think you drop out just now. 4565967 is the number to call. Let's find out. Good evening. Welcome to the Love Chronicles.
Good
All right,
evening.
I lost you just now. You want to answer which one of the riddles?
Riddle number 4.
Riddle number 4?
Yes,
All right,
please.
so imagine you are on a sinking raft in the middle of the Pacific with great white sharks surrounding you. How do you stop this predicament? How do you stop this predicament?
Stop imagining.
Stop imagining. Is that your final answer?
Yes, please.
Let's find out from the judges if you have answered correctly. And judges say that you have answered correctly. All right, so give me the password. The password is a name and a number. Give me a name and a number. You hearing me loud and clear?
Maya Matthews.
Maya, could you give me a number?
434-2463.
4342463. Thank you, Maya. Thank you for being part of the Love Chronicles. Do enjoy the rest of your evening. All right, and thanks for calling. So I'm going to go back to my phone lines. I think we have a caller. Let's see who is there. Good evening. Welcome to the Love Chronicles. Good evening. All right. So you want to answer riddle number 2?
No, please.
Sorry, riddle number 1. Great. If April showers bring May flowers, what do May flowers bring? If April showers bring May flowers, what do May flowers bring? You say that's pilgrim. Let's find out from my judges if you have answered correctly, and the judges say that you have answered. All right, so give it a password.
Alondia.
Give me a number. Give me a number.
491.
491.
1929.
1929. Thank you, Alondia. Thank you for being a part of the Love Chronicles program. Anybody you want to send some love to? Not the whole of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. All right. She doesn't want to send love to anyone at all. Want to send some special love to Obi Velda and the folks up there in Sanssouci who's always locked on. Good evening to you, Velda. Sending some love to Jocelyn and his 3 daughters. Sending some love your way. It's a beautiful Thursday evening indeed. Here's hoping that you're having a fantastic Thursday. I'll be going to my WhatsApp to send some love. And let me send some special love to Miss Baisdan. Always locked on, always holding it down to the nicest station. And Miss Baisdan wants to share a poem with you this evening. The title of this poem is called Every Woman Should Know. How to fall in love without losing herself. What she would or wouldn't do for love, and more, how she feels about having kids. How to quit her job, break up with a lover, and confront a friend without ruining the friendship. When to try hard and when to walk away. That her childhood may not have been perfect, but it's over. That she can't change the length of her calves, the width of her hips, or the nature of her parents. How to live alone even if she doesn't like it. Whom she can trust, whom she can't, and why she shouldn't take it personally. So that's the first riddle written by Mrs. Basin, and she said it's something for the ladies. It's a bit of humor. And she's sharing another short poem. This one is called Every Woman Should Have. One old love she can imagine going back to, and one who reminds her how far she has come. A youth she's content to leave behind. A past juicy enough that she's looking forward to telling it in her old age. The realization that she's actually going to have an old age and some money set aside to fund it, a feeling of control over her destiny, enough money within her control to move out and rent a place of her own, even if she never wants to or needs to. One friend who always makes her laugh and one who lets her cry. A good piece of furniture, not previously owned by anyone else in the family. And that's the end of the poem Every Woman Should Have. So you got two poems there from Mrs. Baisden. Every woman should know and every woman should have. All right, so let's go back to the phone lines. Good evening. Welcome to the Love Chronicles.
Good afternoon, Gypsy. How are you?
Good evening, and it's Spicy. How are you?
Oh, I'm fine.
You're fine?
Yes.
I just I just said to a caller that if you're that fine and you're blown away, there's nothing I can do to help you.
That's okay. That's okay.
So we want to be nice, great, and wonderful, or even better yet, have the full package.
Okay then.
All right. Where you calling me from?
Daphne.
Daphne in the house. Wonderful. Yeah. What can I do for Daphne this evening?
I like to try riddle number 2.
Riddle number 2. Riddle number 2. One, on a fine sunny day, a ship was in the harbor. All of a sudden, the ship began to sink. There was no storm and nothing wrong with the ship, yet it sank right in front of the spectator's eye. What caused the ship to sink?
It was a submarine.
What caused the ship to sink? Because it was a submarine. Is that your final answer?
Yes.
All right, so that's the correct answer to riddle number 2. It was a submarine. Give me the password. The password means a name and a number.
Oh, it's Brenda Graves.
Rhonda, give me a number.
Brenda.
Okay, Brenda, give me a number.
432. 6907.
Thank you, Brenda. Anybody you want to send some love to?
Yes, my family here in Daphne and those in Beckley.
What families? The Georges family, the Duncan family?
The Graves family, the Hanson family in Beckley, the Knight family, the Davises family, the Holders family.
All right. Well, thank you, Brenda. Thank you for being a part of the Love Chronicles. This is the first time that you're locked on?
No, that's not the first. I always locked on.
And this is the first time you're calling?
Second time.
All right, Brenda, thanks for being a part of the Love Chronicles. Do enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thank you, and same to you.
And take care of yourself.
Okay, bye-bye.
All right. 4565967. You know what time it is? It's time for the love letter. It is time and more than time for the love letter. All right, so we're gonna dive into it.
Scenes, dinner and wine, Saturday girls. I was never in love, never had the time in my hustle and hurry world. laughing myself to sleep, waking up lonely. I needed someone to hold me. Oh, it's such a crazy old town. It can drag you down till you run out of dreams. So you party all night to the music.
So I'm going to go right into the love letter. The topic for the love letter this evening is a 19-year-old daughter fiance could be her granddad.
When suddenly you found me. Oh,
here goes. I am a widow. I have 2 daughters. One is abroad and one is at home with me. The one who is here is 19 years old. She told me a year ago that she has a boyfriend and she would like him to meet me. I told her that I would love to meet him too. This girl is very intelligent. She is attending university. Since she has been going with this man, she does not always come home on weekends. I used to look forward to seeing her. When I was that age, I used to sleep out sometimes and I used to skip school too. One day, my father said to me that I should try to fool him. He knows that I am sleeping with a man. I bowed my head and did not comment. My father said he was not asking if I was sleeping with a man. He was telling me that that's what I was doing. He said what he was asking was that I not bring what he was asking for me not to bring home any belly. Then he asks, "Do you understand?" I said, "Yes, Daddy." So I have never asked my daughter if she is sleeping at the man's house. I know that there is where she goes. She told me that she is going to bring the man to meet me. I got the shock of my life. When he came, he was driving a new car and he was dressed in a brown suit. But the shock was this was a much older man than my daughter. I'm 60 and this man is 62. I was surprised, but I tried not to show it. He kept staring at me and then he said, "Mother, I want you to know that I love so I want you to know that I love so and so. And although I am much older than her, I will take care of her. I have 2 daughters and they are on their own. My house is empty without a woman, and I don't want any woman my age. And your daughter will benefit from what I have." He then said that he wanted me to give consent. My daughter was sitting right next to him, so I said she is of age and will make her own decision. He said he born here, but he has citizenship in America, and that he would like to marry her and take her there for a better life. He said it will benefit me too. I told my daughter to give the gentleman a drink. I asked him to excuse me. I went into my room and I cried. My daughter asked why I was crying. I asked her if she could not have found a younger man, and she said no. All the young men wanted from her was just sex, and they had nothing. Since she has met this man, he has given her every single thing that she's asking for. After a long while, I went back out to continue talking with the man, and I told him my daughter's father is dead, but I wish that he would take care of her. The following weekend, my daughter drove home in a new brand car and showed me an engagement ring. This man is serious about my daughter. They are planning to get married in December. I am still crying. I don't know if my daughter is making a mistake, but she doesn't think so. Tell me how you feel about this relationship. I can't stop crying. Tell me what you think about this relationship because I can't stop crying. So that's the love letter.
That tonight we
19-year-old, my 19-year-old daughter fiance could be her grandfather. I tell her their brother cannot come to grips with this situation. But in Rihanna's song say that we found love in hopeless place.
you help me make it through that tonight.
I tell you, love is a funny thing.
You bring me happiness.
You know, the late Salush used to say, don't fall in love for money, but fall in love where money is. Is there a difference? I tell you. So we will hear what the council say. Let's hear what you say if you want. Send me a WhatsApp, 498-3802. In the meantime, today is National Drive-In Movie Day. In that, what I'm saying is that National Drive-In Movie Day falls on this day, June 6th, which is the anniversary of the first ever drive-in opening in the US. Even though many people prefer to watch movies in their homes or on their phones, a number of people cherish the tradition of driving into a park and watching a movie on a large screen while munching on their favorite food. Is that something you would like? Is that what you like? National Drive-In Movie Day marks the day when America's first drive-in theater was opened in New Jersey by a brother named Richard Hollished Jr. The drive-in was created for seniors who found it hard to comfortably sit in indoor movie theaters. He made a small drive-in theater for his mom in his driveway and placed a big screen in his backyard with a Kodak projector on his car. Later in 1932, he used the same technique to open his first patented drive-in theater. It had a parking space of 400 cars. The goal was to cater to the entire family in an open space. The first movie that was played in the theater was the popular British comedy called Wife Beware. Owing to America's love for movies, more drive-in were set up in the country. By the late 50s, more than 3,000 drive-ins could be found in the USA, in New York, and it had the biggest drive-in theater. It could accommodate up to 2,500 vehicles. So this drive-in is also, they had a restaurant and a playground for kids, and indoor seating arrangement was also available. The drive-in industry capitalized on the fact that they were convenient for families and romantic for couples. When color television, cable TV, and VCR became popular during the early 90s, the trend of drive-in theaters began to decline. So I would say that that was short-lived. Yeah. But even if we have all that cable television, Netflix, and what have you, I still believe in going to the movies in a romantic setting, on the big screen, with everyone else. Yeah, I think it bring a different vibes. But what I'm gonna do right now, we're gonna hear what the council is saying. But my phone line's going. In the meantime, let me just check my WhatsApp. All right, so we have Brooklyn, New York in the house, sending some love to Brooklyn, New York. Sending some love to you, Lawrence. Sending some love to Alex. Sending some love to Calvert. Sending you Charlo in Brooklyn. Sending some love to Natalie. All in Brooklyn. So let's journey down to Toronto. Sending some love to Daddy Ghost and friends at the barber shop. Holding it down to the nicest station. Montreal in the house. So let me go to Florida. Before I go to Florida, let's see, have another love coming in here from Toronto. Sending some love to Lauren, Swan, locked on in Florida. Sending some love to Laura. Hi, Laura. Sending some love to Alessandro in Italy. Yeah, Italy in the house. St. Lucia always in the house. Sending love to Shoma and the Matherin family in Castries. In the meantime, my judges, I have my riddle bag. I'll be handing me the winners this evening. You know, I will always love to give to every single person who have participated. But we do have a riddle bag this evening, and what I'm going to do, we'll pop 2 names from the riddle bag instead of 1, all right? So that's what's going to happen this evening. In the meantime, you know what it is? It's June. It's cricket, it's carnival. And if you're participating in any of the, when I say participating, if you'll be attending, or tell me what your plans are. You'll be taking in cricket, taking in carnival. What is it? Tell us. Or even what's your plans for the weekend.
Caliente, fiery, peppery, but nothing beats spicy on a Love Thursday from 7 to 8.
All right, so keep the love flowing, keep the messages coming in. With me tonight. Oh yeah, so let me send some love to Glenn up there in Virgin Gorda. Glenn and company locked on to the nicest station. Always locked on. But I love him. Let me send some love to Arlene. I love. You want me to repeat the riddles and the answers? I'll do that, all right? Sending some love your way. I can't be with you tonight. Not forgetting. Sending some love to some folks down there in Dominica. Big Joe and family, sending some love your way. All right, so let's hear what our council has to say this evening. So the chains cause it won't be. So let me put a pause there on Julie, and let's listen to what the counselor has to say about the leather on my 19-year-old daughter fiance could be her grandfather. Does age really matters? Let's hear what they say, and let's hear what our counsel has to say on the letter.
Pleasant good evening to you, Spicy, and to all the Love Chronicle listeners out there. So, our advice for this week, dear Elsie, I don't have to remind you that your daughter has a right to choose the type of man that she would love to have as a husband. This man has made it clear to you that he did not want a woman in his age group to be his wife. He presented himself to you as a very decent man. I am sure you were impressed by his appearance, although you were shocked at his age. What I would love to know from you is, why did you cry? Was it for joy, or was it because you felt disappointed because of his age? Your daughter said that young men she has met were only interested in going to bed with her. This man wants to make her his wife, and he's a man of means. He has demonstrated that by buying her a new vehicle, not cheap. Dry your tears, madam. Support your daughter all the way. She will not abandon you. Her husband will pass on love and respect to you. Big Joe.
And now the end is near, and so I face the final curtain. My friend, I'll say it clear, I'll state my case, of which I'm certain. I've lived a life that's full. I traveled each and every highway and more, much more than this. I did it my way. Regrets, I've had a few, but then again, too few to mention. I did what I had to do, saw it through without exemption. I planned each charted course,
Caliente,
each careful
fiery,
step,
peppery, but
along
nothing
the
beats spicy
byway.
on a love Thursday from 7 to 8.
More, much more than this, I did it my way. Yes, there were times, I'm sure you knew, when I bit off more than I could chew. But through it all, when there was doubt, I ate it up and spit it out. I faced it all, and I stood tall, and did it my way. I've loved, I've laughed and cried, I've had my fill, my share of losing, and now, as tears subside, I find it all so amusing to think I did all that, and may I say, not in a shy way, oh no, not me. I did it my way. For what is a man? What has he got? If not himself, then he has not to say the things he truly feels, and not the words of one who kneels. The record shows I took the blows. yes, it was my way.
So I'm gonna take you back to the 70s with one of the love hits. Yeah, taking it back 70s. The results are in for the winners. In the meantime, someone asked me to repeat the riddles and the answer. Riddle number one: if April showers bring Mayflowers, what do Mayflowers bring? The correct answer to that is pilgrim. That was answered by Alondia. Riddle number two: on a fine sunny day, a ship was in the harbor. All of a sudden, the ship began to sink. There was no storm and nothing wrong with the ship, yet it sank right in front of the spectators' eyes. What caused the ship to sink? The correct answer is submarine, and was answered by Meyer. Riddle number three: why didn't the skeleton use a towel? Why didn't the skeleton use a towel? The correct answer is because he always comes out bone dry. That was answered correctly by Blackie. And your final riddle: imagine you are a sinking raft in the middle of the Pacific, with great white sharks surrounding you. How do you stop this predicament?
When I'm in St. Vincent, I listen to 90.3, 96.7, 101.3 FM, Nights Radio with Spicy Cheryl.
All right, so that was a hit from the 70s. I'm going to give you one from the 80s. It's some 4 minutes now on to the 8 o'clock hour. Into tonight's radio 90.3, 96.7, 101.3, and tune to the Love Chronicles program on a Thursday. And the judges just handed me the winners for this evening. And let's have the drum roll and let me hear who's the winner this evening. All right, so we have a winner, two winners. What we normally do, we put all the names in the river bag And the judges would shake that bag, and whatever name pops up from the little bag would be away with the winner. And the with the winner this evening is Brenda and Meyer. Congratulations, Brenda and Meyer. I'm gonna check my WhatsApp. Let's see who's here. Great job, Spicy Montreal in the house, and we are not tired. So once again, sending some love to the folks up there in Montreal, Canada. Sending some love to, let me get the names correct. Sending some love to Joyce, Keisha, and some folks up there in the US, locked on. And if you're locked on for the first time, welcome to the Love Chronicles. Glad to have you on board with us. You know, I used to say after the Love Chronicles that the Magic Man would be up next. And guess what? Just in some loving memories of the Magic Man, I like to share a little of the
I'm not. I'm just. I was just. And I was just giving I'm just. I was just. What's it?
But I just can't live without your love and affection. Giving me direction like a guide through the dark. Lately I'm afraid that you always be beside me. Used to be my life was just emotions passing by. Feeling all the while I never really knowing why.
Taking it back with a great hit from the 70s. Artist goes by the name of Brett.
Lately I'm a praying
This track is called Baby,
beside me.
I'ma Want You.
Used to be my life was just emotions passing by. Then you came along and made me laugh and made me cry.
Someone asked me just to take a little more time, don't leave just yet. So since I have a little more time, I'll spend a little more time with you, alright?
Oh, it took
Just a little bit longer. In the meantime, I want to share with you tranquilized bear caught by rescuers as if it falls from tree in Pennsylvania. So students and staff at a nearby school were told to stay indoors as officials rescued the bear after it had roamed into a residential area. Rescuers caught a sedated black bear with a tarpaulin cover as it fell from a tree after roaming into the residential area in the US. And officials were forced to tranquilize the animal after it sheltered in a tree in Camp Hill in Pennsylvania. Students and staff at a nearby school were told to stay indoors during the drama, according to local news website pennylive.com. Wildlife officials worked with public safety and emergency rescue teams to safely capture the bear. And even more to that, the fire and rescue workers used a ladder vehicle to move closer to the animals so that they could administer a tranquilizer shot. The sedated animal fell about 6 meters into a large blue tarpaulin cover held up by several wildlife officials, as well as police officers and the firefighters. The animal was tranquilized again before being moved to a bear trap, which had been placed on a trailer, it was reported. The bear did not seem to be fully grown and it is likely to be relocated elsewhere in central Pennsylvania. I'm going to share another story with you. It's about a man whose life got saved. This is the story. So the necklace saved man's life after stopping bullet going into his neck. Police say the 22 caliber bullets became lodged in the silver chain around the victim's neck. It left the unnamed man with only a puncture wound. A man's life was likely saved after a thick chain necklace prevented a bullet from going into his neck. The shooting happened during an argument, said the police in the U.S. state of Colorado. Their bullet became lodged in the silver chain around the victim's neck. It left the unnamed man with only a puncture wound from last Tuesday's attack. The officers in Commerce City near Denver released photos of the bloodied chain and said in a Facebook post, "We say he dodged a bullet, but in reality, he lodged a bullet. This silver chain, approximately 10 milliliter in width, is likely the only reason the victim of a shooting we responded to still alive." The suspected gunman, who was also not identified, was arrested at the scene and charged with attempted murder. Police noted that while the necklace was silver in color, it was likely not pure silver, as silver is softer metal and may not have stopped a bullet. Very, very interesting story. So, if you want to comment on the letter, all right, where the father is saying that my 19-year-old daughter fiance could be her grandfather. So he's not very pleased, but at the same time, the daughter is quite content. Yeah. And she's happy. So, what do you think about that one? Very quickly, before we wrap things up here, I'm going to go back to the phone lines. Let's see who is there. Good evening. Welcome to the Love Chronicles.
Good afternoon, Spicy.
Good evening to you, Maria. Just waking up.
No, please.
All right. So, how your evening going?
Good. I was listening to you all the time. I tried, but I did not get in. So I just called to tell you good night. Have a wonderful night. You and all the staff and all my friends. Right?
Well, you know how it is sometimes.
Yes, I know how it goes.
All right. So, sending some love to you, Maria. Do have a great evening. Like you're going down to the tent to take in some calypsos.
What's that? Oh, 11.
What's that?
I ain't going down to the 10th. I'm going to the 11th.
Tell us where you're going down to.
11.
All right, Maria, you do have a pleasant evening.
Yes, you too and everybody.
Take care.
Okay.
All right.
Hurt. This is not an angry black poem. Though I'm angry and I'm black. This is more of a cry for all the black men who were never given permission to cry. For all the black boys tried as men who were taught not to feel by people who did not love them, who were taught not to feel by people who did. I know that I'm a black man. I've seen the reflection of my skin in the eyes of too many stares in my lifetime to forget. The first time I was taught how not to feel, I was 9 years young, my lungs still learning to breathe in America. That day, I witnessed the police talk down to my uncle like he wasn't a skyline, like I didn't look up to him, like he wasn't a king in baggy FUBU jeans with a smile that echoed the sound of war ending and peace rising from the ashes. I can recall my heart balling into a clenched fist, bare-knuckled aim towards his reckless mouth, calling my uncle every name but the one my grandmother gave him. When the cop handed him back his driver's license, along with his dignity, the car ride home was a silent one. Tension filled our vehicle like thick fog. My uncle threw his smile in the back seat and his joy traveled somewhere distant. His face became an abandoned church on Sunday, and I was an awkward prayer sitting in the front seat, not knowing what to do with my body, so I mimicked his mad. I figured if we had the same growl on our face, he would remember that I was his kin. Later that evening, he sits me down and talks to me about what to do when I'm stopped by the police. His voice, serious as a siren howling through the projects. It was then when I realized that this is not the first time his smile was arrested for no reason. But what was sad is that he did not talk to me about how he felt, about where he hid his anger when we got home, about the pain still a river rising in his eyes from the first time the police beat him because his skin blended too well with midnight past curfew. He just carried on his day. Like being harassed by the police was normal because in his world it was. In his world, no one ever gave him permission to feel. In his world, he was treated numb and then was accused of being numb. 3 years later, on one tragic night in Chicago, my uncle lost his smile for good when a bullet missed a crowd of folk and landed in his skull. I remember his funeral like it was this morning. He laid still as a night star in the casket. I pressed my curious fingers against his lifeless body. He was cold, hard, numb, void of emotion, just like his environment taught him to be when he was alive. Groups of women in my family took turns screaming in unison like a choir of grieving mothers. But all the men in my family sat in the pews, still as stone, trying not to crumble, pretending not to be broken. They were also lifeless. The only difference between their faces and my dead uncle was the occasional tears escaping their eyes like runaway slaves down the field of their cheeks. There is no scene sadder than hurting men, afraid to be hurting men in public. The second time I was taught how not to feel, it was during his repast. My heart was still confetti, still learning the beats of the rhythm of my uncle being gone. My older cousin, who experienced too many deaths in his young life, said, "Boy, why are you still crying? Don't you know it's time for you to be strong for your family? Your mother doesn't need a weak man in the house at this time." My tear ducts dried up and became a deserted land. And in all my years, the men in my life have taught me that my emotions is a disease, because where I'm from, showing the wrong emotions might get you killed, or worse, you will live in the shame of being human. For so long, I thought my emotions were weakness, It took 2 years into my marriage for my wife to see me cry once, and when she did, I thought I failed her. I thought she doesn't need a weak man in the house at this time. She doesn't need a husband so human. The first time I was taught how to feel, I was in counseling. I was sitting on a chair that felt nothing like home. My heart was sitting on my lap, bare and bleeding, vulnerable for the first time. I was processing my soul to a trained therapist who knows God and knows broken people like me well. She said, Preston, you have been set free from your sin, but you haven't been set free from the sins others committed against you. She said, I'm here to help you be set free from the lies of your childhood. She said, being able to mourn properly is a gift from God that you are afraid to receive. And I see now that a man mourning doesn't make him weak. It keeps him alive. It keeps his insides from becoming a funeral. When grief comes out, it makes room for life to come in. For so long, I've been holding my breath in fear that breathing will make me look like less of a man, not considering the God who made my lungs or the air that feeds them. Where I'm from, no one points us in the direction of counseling. So what are we to do with all this trauma trapped in our bodies? This last year, God has shown me that it's not just his job to make me his, but he's using therapy to make me whole. This is the end of the poem, because I don't have this emotion thing all figured out yet. But I know one day God will complete the work that he started in me. And on that day, I will smile like no one's watching. I will laugh like I found a fistful of joy. And I will cry. Y'all, I will cry whenever I feel like it. Who gives? Who gives a black man permission to feel? Jesus has. Jesus will. Thank y'all.
And when he drunk, he does want to be talking sex talk, you know? And night he come home drunk, and he start to take off my clothes, and he say, honey, if I had a camera, I'd take a picture of Fluffy. He does call it Fluffy. He say, honey, if I had a camera, I'd take a picture of Fluffy and frame it and put it on my bed head so it could greet the dawn every morning. So I decided to try the same thing too. I said, honey, if I had a camera, I'd take a picture of your tukulux and get it enlarged.
And I was just giving him I'm just I was just
Well, here is where I'm going to take my leave. Just before that, let me send some love to Brayton and Moulton up there in the UK. Always looked on. And you know that Brayton would be on Saturday with the program A View from the Outside. That's on Saturdays from 8:30. 90.3, 96.7, and 101.3. You know, this week is 10th week. And tonight at the Russell's Auditorium, it will be the turn for the On Tour Calypso Tant. So we continue with the nice vibes here on this beautiful Thursday. Once again, here's where I'm going to take my leave. I must say it was a pleasure keeping your company. And I really hope that you have enjoyed keeping my company as much as I enjoyed keeping yours. And on a more serious note, I wish you the natural pleasures of life that fills your heart and enlighten your spirit within. If all is well, I'll be back with you next week, Thursday, from 7 to 8 for another segment of Love Chronicles.
Hello? Excuse me? Hello? 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 Hello?
I know she know what was coming, so she left. Now, I can do things in a chronological order. I was supposed to come by BWIA last night. They're trying to get rid of BWIA by next month, so they put me on Air Jamaica. I land at JFK, 120 Jamaicans on board. I was the only Bajan. Be clear immigration, clear customs, and we outside in the cold. A Jamaican look at me and say, bitch, how me gonna get to Brooklyn? This is me first time in New York. I tell he, catch a taxi. He tell me have sufficient funds. Give me an option. I tell he, go across the street, wait for the number 15 bus. It will take you to Brooklyn. I stand up watching he bus come and gone. Bus come and gone. Bus come and gone. So as a concerned Caribbean citizen, I go over to you. He said, Jamaica, what's wrong with your ears? I tell you, catch the number 15 bus. He said, BH, you feel Jamaican ignorant? You tell me 15, only 10 bus gone. Eh? All my Jamaican friends say, I love one. But before that happened, Jamaica delay 4 hours in Barbados. When I think I coming straight to New York, plane going St. Lucia first. So my geography ain't that good, so I want to know how to going down to come back up. But I can't do nothing, so we going down St. Lucia. When the plane gets St. Lucia, Lucian, get on. First man on the plane, Lucian, and sit down in first class. So the air hostess go to him and say, boss, what is your seat number? He shows she said 36B down there. He said, first man on the plane, I ride in first class. The woman said, no, on planes, you just sit where your seat number is. You got to sit down there. And all the Lucian saying is, first man on the plane, first class. Air hostess can't handle he no more. Go and tell the pilot. The captain come down, whisper something in the Lucian ear. And he get up, take out his bike and gone down there and sit down 36B. I curious, so I go and ask the captain, will you tell he? Captain said, I tell he, you see them people down there? Where you going? He said, I going New York. He said, well, them people going New York too, but these people ain't going there. And then what made me laugh is that Bush, because only last week in school, teacher asked the class to name the countries in the world that have presidents. One little fella said Trinidad, have one. Another fella said Mexico, have one. Guatemala, hey, Venezuela got one. And the naming countries, and the little boy said, them talking bare foolishness. America have the most presidents in the world. Did you say you're an idiot? A country's only got one president? He said, that's not what my grandfather tell me. Tell me America got presidents like Bush. Eh? And then they got this one in England named Tony Blair. You know, everything Bush do, he do too. Bush fight war in Afghanistan, he send men down there today. Sit down. Bush saying you? Sit down. You born here. You born here? Born here, but you ain't grow here. See? But that Tony Blair, and then last month he played, he's saying that he can gracefully after he put the people in so much catastrophe. You understand? I don't understand Blair. Anybody here that live in England, I want to send a message to Blair because he don't understand the history of England. Let Trevor Eastman teach him. You see, listen very carefully. Many years ago, when England was an empire, they had an emperor. Then England became a kingdom, had a king. Then England, somewhere along the line, became a queendom, have a queen. But now in October 2006, England is only a country. Somebody tried to make me to understand that war does only come when a country through certain economical problems. They cause a war just to sell weapons to make money. I don't know. I am not a politician. But I know that the way the economy is going right now in the whole Caribbean, government seriously planning to postpone Christmas till next year. Everybody know how you doing. To make money, everybody know, darling. Try to make a fast dollar. You understand what I'm saying? Watch this good. Watch good. You listening? Everybody trying to make fast, my brother. What you saying? You get me? I want to repeat that, I mean, when they say everybody, I mean he and not you. Everybody trying to make a fast dollar. Everybody tricking. What now? Yeah, everybody want to save two men walking towards one another. One fella said, Paul, you got money? Paul said, no. Why? Said, I thirsty. I would drink something. Paul said, I got the money. But we can still get enough drinks, plenty drinks. So how? He said, come, let me teach you something. How much money you got? He said, I only got $2. He said, well, good. Go there, buy that hot dog stand, and buy a hot dog. Bring it back. He come back with the hot dog, so he said, no, pull down your zip. I'm gonna pin this hot dog inside your pants. We going in that first bar. We will call and run a tab. When you feel we had sufficient, pull down your zip. I will suck that hot dog. And them fellas gonna feel we nasty. And we can leave without pain. Start going in, the drink, plenty drink. He pull down zip and suck the hot dog, and you hear the barkeeper, hey, two nasty stinking men left my place. And he said, George, you see that? Check working. 26 shops and bars all around town. They're going in and the trick working. After the 27th bar, boss, that trick work. But I hungry now. We eat that hot dog. He said, what hot dog? I throw that away since the second shop. You know? Huh? Everybody know in the world get paranoid. Everybody paranoid about this war thing. If you paranoid about the war thing, don't like it, raise your hand. Let me see. Let me see who don't like war. You got, who don't like war? The other day, I in a restaurant with a partner of mine, a good friend. We sitting down waiting for dinner. And the waiter coming through with a big plate on his hand. You know how this come through styling? With this big turkey on top. And when he get right by my table, my partner jump for her. Hey, man, be careful how you walk here with that. Because if you fall, Jesus Christ, we going to see World War III. So I look at it and said, but what you talking about? He's a madman. He said, he's man, look at it good. Imagine he fall. What we will see? We will see the fall of Turkey. The disappearance of Greece. And the destruction of China. You understand this war thing, brother? You understand this war thing? You sure? You sure you understand this war thing? Check it now. Check it now. So how this war thing gets so ignorant. A Bajan and a Jamaican down in Iraq shooting at people. They had it right down there. Them down there shooting at Iraqis. All of a sudden, the hills and the bushes and the shooting. You know, Jamaica, hey, I want shit, boy. The Jamaican said, me was going to tell you the same thing. So the Belgian smart. The Belgian said, hey, if we can shit in these bushes with them crazy Iraqis, we got shit military. You stoop down and face so that any that come in so you would see them and shoot them. I will back up to you and I will see who come in so and shoot them. So they told her that they're doing the thing. All of a sudden, the Belgian said, you frightened? Jamaica said, nah, boy. Jamaica, man, me not frightened. Me not frightened once me got this big gun. 5 minutes later, the Belgian said, Jamaica, you sure you ain't frightened? Jamaica said, nah, man, me ain't frightened. The Belgian said, well, why the hell you don't stop wiping my ass and wipe your horn then? I ain't getting further, man. Somebody come, man. Somebody come. I ain't getting further. I ain't getting further here, man. And they got say, hold on. New York, hold on. Because you got saying ignorant to left on the way because you know that tomorrow you can get deported. Come, Tommy. The give Tommy an award tonight. Give Tommy a round of applause. Let me tell you. Good man. I look good too. How you doing? Everything good?
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it out there for Mr. Trevor Eastman out of Barbados. Don't move your skip, you wait just no more.
Join Spicy every Thursday evening for the Love Chronicles. Tune in for the music. Stay for the company.
Oh, girl, I'll be in trouble if you left me now.
Be a part of the fun and riddles.
What has a head, a tail, is brown and has no legs?
The interaction.
Pleasant good evening.
Good evening, Spicy. I'm not riddling.
You're not riddling. I wonder why you're not riddling this evening. What is the problem?
I am indeed listening as usual.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm here laughing my skin out.
Weird but true stories. A U.S. woman has been charged with assaulting a police officer after wiping her nose on his shirt.
The laughter.
She opened the door, she take over the back seat like the Queen of Sheba, and me going with she smelling like a snacket.
Nothing does go right with me. Next morning, I went to court. The magistrate charged me $300 to pay one time or 6 months in prison. I say, Your Honor, I'll pay the $300. When I dip in my pocket, I only have $2.99. And nobody don't want to lend my dollar.
Tune in every Thursday evening from 7 to 8 p.m. with Spicy for the Love Chronicles.
Hi, this is Niala from New York, sending love to all Love Chronicle fans in St. Vincent and the diaspora. Stay locked on to Spicy and Nice Radio, your source of great entertainment on a Thursday night.
No matter where you are in